Having started the Chinese Duolingo course a few months ago, I noticed a way of learning way faster on Duolingo. But it is essential to know a little bit how we learn on Duolingo to know when to do this trick. If Duolingo wouldn't be an app, it would be flashcards. If you watch studying content, you probably saw this 1,000 trillion times, but it is basically a studying technique that uses spaced repetition and active recall, methods that academic weapons use to kill the exams. Spaced repetition is a method used to break the forgetting curve, so the more often you see the information, the more time it takes to forget it. And active recall is simply making your brain work for retrieving the information, so it remembers more that way. But if you would use flashcards on a computer, it would be an app like Anki, where you have a lot of flashcards piled into categories: new, due, and learning. New cards are the cards you've never seen in your entire life. Due cards are cards you've learned before, and learning cards are the cards you're struggling at. And you can select whether you got it right or missed it. Duolingo is just basically the same thing, except it got better styling, audio, and it is gamified. It has new cards, due cards, and learning cards. So it is basically a study method on its own. But the thing is, the new flashcards are all present on the first circle of a lesson, which represents 1/5 of a unit. So it means that the most important subject on Duolingo is right there. So if you only put all your time on Duolingo on this unit and that you skip the unit afterwards, because since you already know the information, it will let you skip, you will be 5 times faster on Duolingo. You might argue that we need to review the old information sometimes, but the first unit is also filled with plenty of things we've already seen, and if you apply this technique, chances are you will lose all your hearts. But it's a good thing, because when you do I want to practice to get more hearts, it will put questions about all the things you've learned, which will make you review all the information anyway. When I started the Chinese course, I was finding myself struggling a little bit at the start. Then I just had 100% later on. That's the problem. I was getting everything right, so I didn't learn anything. So just doing the first unit and then skipping to the other one keeps you learning all the time. So it means that you are way more productive in the app. So yeah, even if I've been skipping a lot of stuff since about 30 units, I still find myself with scores like 95% on a unit in the beginning. You might ask yourself, well, what if I do forget stuff? Well, you probably know that you need to pass a test to skip the unit. Sometimes I feel it because I'm behind too much, but I just need to continue the unit a little bit, like a normal Duolingo user. Then when I'm feeling ready, I can take the test again and skip a lot of things. So we said that Duolingo was like a flashcard app with cool animations, right? And one of the weaknesses with flashcard apps, especially if you skip units, is that it brings people to usually memorize isn't it fact, without understanding the logic behind it. Over time, it tends to be a burden. So I just started to do it recently, but I often keep a Google window beside Duolingo, and when I don't understand a specific word, I just search it, and that way I can learn it way faster, because it is way easier to memorize by understanding. Or when I know a certain word is merged with another one, like Benchilin, please don't roast my pronunciation, I memorized it almost instantly, because I know that Bing means ice and that Shui means water, so ice cream. So final note, yes, when you skip units, you can easily go 5 times faster in Duolingo. But is it the perfect way to learn a language? So yeah, this was how to nail Duolingo.